Welcome to the Jack Dodsons Racing Insider News
with Scott Allen and his protege Joe Staples. Welcome to Courthouse Sauna.
Yeah, it's hot.
This place is hot.
Yeah.
It's like the owner.
And we got Angelamarie Steele here tonight. Didn't bring Dad. I'm happy. And we even have an audience tonight.
Yeah.
Not much of one, but we got one.
Well,
Cody Carlton.
we bribed them.
Mark Roberts.
I mean, you know, we got the big man, Cody Carlton.
Yeah. Arena racing champion.
All right, we're gonna start with you. We normally start with racing stuff, news first, but we're gonna have a busy show tonight, so we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
All right, tell us what happened this past weekend out at Langley.
Well,
Then we'll back up.
This weekend, we are still trying to get the car fast from when it wrecked, but I just drove as hard as I could. I nipped the wall, got a flat tire, you know, so didn't go good this weekend. But
Was that a spotter issue?
something like that. I'm just joking. I was just over driving it. The car wasn't handling the way I wanted it to, so.
Okay, how far ahead of the other car were you that you have a little issue with?
She was just 2 spots ahead of me, same straightaway. So, not too bad.
All right, well, now we're going to back up to the week before, or a couple weeks before, whatever it was.
Oh yeah, incidents.
Yeah, tell us what happened from your point of view.
Okay, well, in my point of view, my spotter told me to take the cone high. It was very, I didn't expect that, but it was my first time doing it, so I did it. I was ready to do it, and he told me we were going into turn, I think it was turn, 1 and 2, and I was up high, and he was like, you're clear. So I was coming out of 3, I came low and started driving my line out of 3, and out of 2, and as soon as I drive into 3, I feel the little into the wall, so, and then I see Danny Wyatt's face when I'm in the fence, and he's like, she got you. Yeah, so.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
So tell him what comes out of his mouth.
He's everywhere. Yeah, that's what happened, and then came off the track. All I could do was smile. We all know what happened. So.
Yeah, we'll let that go. We won't go into what happened after that. But.
Yeah.
So you're running the Wing Champ cars too?
Yes.
And the Pro 6?
Yes.
All right. Tell us about so far how things are going in the Wing car. You've got to be doing really good. You don't have one guy out there that you used to have out there on a regular basis. He's not there anymore. And I know it has to, everybody don't have to worry about dodging him now.
Yeah, Wing Champs always goes good. I started in go-karts, so I'm always feeling comfortable and fast in that. And I had Rookie of the Year the first time I did it, and then I second in the championship last year, so I'm pretty good at it. You just got to have that drafted partner. If you don't have that drafted partner, you're screwed, but...
Now, you were teammates with one guy.
Last year.
Yeah. But how was he as a teammate?
You're probably
on the
talking
track,
about
he was okay, but he's not very dependable. Some people just have other things on their mind besides racing.
Are we talking about the same person?
I don't know, are we?
I'm talking about him.
I didn't see Scott out there. Were you out there, Scott?
He was in the back.
Yeah, I was in the back.
Yeah.
It's hard to look up in the mirror and see me.
Yeah, you got that right.
So how's the Pro 6 transition going for you? It's a big jump to go from go-karts to...
It's totally different. It's my first race car, so first ever stick shift racing wise. I drove in a U car before that a little bit, and I got the hang of it, but I definitely like the Pro 6. I like the rear wheel drive and everything, and it's fun. It's faster and more intense, so I enjoy it, and I hope to be able to pursue that more, get faster and go to different tracks and travel with it, honestly, because Langley's fun, but I want to be able to do other things once I master that.
So what's been the hardest thing to figure out with the Pro 6 car? I mean, I know this is like your first full-size stock car, and like I said, it's a big jump to go from a go-kart to a full-size car.
Well, the perspective, first of all, like in a go-kart, you're on the ground and you don't have anything beside you but like a foot on each side, so you're like, you really know where you're at. In the car, you have to figure out where the wall's at, and I've done that a few times. I'm not scared of the wall, and you got to figure out like just how to pass people the right way and the timing and everything. But it's a good challenge. I'd love to go out there and just practice and drive and just figure it out. So.
You're not scared of the wall?
Well, I can't be.
Okay.
I'm not.
She's up close and personal.
I was trying to figure that one out just a little bit.
We are friends. The wall and me have become close. We have become close. So I'd like to be distant friends, though.
I mean, you've had a kind of a tough start, but some of it has been not from your own doing.
Yeah.
I will say.
Yeah.
And it makes it harder to work on getting better when you're constantly having to fix the car.
Fixing things, yeah. Like it's hard to. I got people helping me, like Mark Roberts and Cody. They work on my car all the time, pretty much any time of the week that we can, and they do it like almost every day. But my dad, he throws the money, the little bit that he has. So
nobody cares about Peter.
No, that's what he does. That's his job. So.
Where's he at tonight?
He's in Jersey.
Is he?
He travels all the time, so he's in Jersey.
You don't have a computer or nothing, does he?
Yes, he does. He's probably watching right now.
All right, well, I guess I won't say nothing negative too much about him.
Well, there's not. I mean,
he's in Jersey.
Yeah, but I'll see him again somewhere. Now, you said you got your spotter there. A lot of your problems, did that come from the spotter? I mean, do you blame him for a lot of things?
I don't.
You don't?
Mark's a great spotter. He's the best spotter I ever had. But
it's the only spotter she's ever had.
I was getting ready.
Yeah.
He's setting the bar high.
Yeah, right from the get-go.
Me and Mark are good. But I'm hard-headed, I guess. But,
what?
huh?
What'd you say?
I'm hard-headed. But
Wow.
I probably get that from Cody.
Cody, or your dad, maybe?
Yeah, they're...
At least you didn't get his deep voice.
Yeah. Angela. Yeah.
Big spot.
Now, you graduated a couple weeks ago, I saw. I heard.
June 6th, I graduated. So I'm ready to pursue my racing career.
So what else are you going to do besides racing career?
I'm going to go to community college and figure out what I want to do. I like everything. I have no career choice yet, but I'm going to go to college and school to figure it out. But the only real passion I have is racing, and that's about it.
You hang around with Cody a lot, don't you?
Enough.
Because he's got a passion for racing, too.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, every time I turn around, it's racing with him.
Yeah, he's a mechanic. He's good at all kinds of car stuff. Yeah. So.
Okay, be shaking his head over here. Yeah,
He already knows. He already knows.
Have you thought about maybe an engineering? Because I mean, this thing's the stuff that's got so engineering based on everything.
Yeah, I actually have. I was thinking about a trade or something to do with cars, just because it would help me in the long run, and I would enjoy it. But it's just I think that I'm just so open-minded with everything. I just don't want to set on one thing, but I want to be able to do a lot of things. But I guess you got to pick something. So
eventually you
got to pick something. So I mean, I'll get there whenever that time comes. But I'm always going to be working on cars.
All right, what are you looking at? Let's look off into the future. 5 years from now. Don't look at Mark because he ain't going to be around.
He probably will.
But look at 5 years down the road. What do you see yourself, your racing career? What would you like to be doing in 5 years?
I want to be racing Danica Patrick and beating her. Like, I want to be a race car driver. But I guess you got to know people to do that. And that's like a dream, I guess, more or so. But in 5 years, like I said, I don't know. All I see is racing, and I guess I'm just gonna go to school for whatever I decide. So.
Now, there's a thing that goes on at Langley Speedway every year about October.
Mm-hmm.
The diversity program comes in.
Yep.
Have you thought about getting involved in the diversity program? Because I got one of the guys coming on the show tonight that's the competition director at Rev Racing.
Okay.
And he's part of that. And
yeah.
Have you ever thought about getting involved in that? Have you ever?
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. I'm definitely going to go for that and do that and see where that leads, because it's a big opportunity if I want to do that in my future to actually be part of Rev Racing, because it's an opening, it's a door opening for me, I think. So yeah.
On you again.
On me again.
On you again.
So what is your goals for the Pro 6 for the rest of the season?
I want to finish every race and I want to compete. I want to actually drive people. Like, I want to be able to race and just have competition. I don't like just riding around. I like to chase people and pass and stuff like that. So I just hope to be more competitive every race. That's my goal, to get better lap times and better positions.
So is it, how can I ask this? What is the thing you're looking for in the Pro 6 as far as like handling wise? Is it you are just not comfortable in the car, or is it like it's just not doing what you want it to do? Or
experience mostly. It's not that I'm not comfortable. I enjoy being on the edge. I enjoy like that adrenaline rush and like kind of being scared. That fuels me to go faster. But I think it's just getting used to the different, like, we just got power steering, so that changed things and it helped things a lot as well. It's just, I just need more of seat time, and especially when we have to keep fixing the car, it's just, we have to keep trying to make it fast, and when it finally gets fast, then something happens.
You're starting all over again.
It's like starting from square one, but that's racing. You never know what's going to happen.
It is. Until you sort of get it figured out, then it's easier to maintain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Pro 6 is a great division so far as moving up. It is way underpowered for what you have and the tires you have, but almost everything now is kind of sort of getting that way. You know, they're cutting the horsepower back on the Cup cars, and you know, some of the old Cup guys, they don't really like it.
Yeah.
Because their drives more like a Nationwide car with no power. So it's, you know, rolling through the center of the corner is just becoming more and more premium.
Yeah, no, get up.
Yeah, well, you just can't get in there and stomp on the gas and horsepower take you, right. Or help it turn.
Yeah.
Do you go up to Langley often and test the car?
As often as possible. I work a lot because I have to have money. We're not rich, so I work a lot, but I take off work and we go up there and as much as possible for sure.
Do you follow a guy like Cody and try to learn something from him?
Yeah.
Is there anything to learn from him?
Yeah, he's a great driver. He's a wheelman. He's taught me a lot in the Pro 6s. I don't know what I would do without him, for real. He's a good driver.
Where's your pocketbook? It's over there?
Yeah.
I was figuring you had to give him some money before it's over with. All right, here's our first calling guest. We'll be back to you in a minute. Hello, Mr. Grala. How are you doing tonight?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to hear from you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, now look, go back and tell us about the win at South Boston for Kyle Busch when you won the past series race up there. Tell us a little bit about that and what that meant to you.
Oh, I mean, that was a really special day for me. That was the first time I've ever qualified on pole in a stock car. And that was also my first time ever racing in a past series. So going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I'd heard about the way they redrew the whole top 10, and that definitely made me worried if I qualified in the top 10. You know, I could start anywhere. So that was definitely interesting, but I qualified on pole, and I drew a 2, so I started in second place on the outside pole, and I went on to lead 131 of the 150 laps there.
And you were definitely on the, I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it, and you were definitely on the mark there. You were showing them some stuff.
Yeah, we worked all weekend long in practice on the long run, trying to be fast on about 20 or 30 lap runs. So on a few of the restarts, a couple people got by it. That definitely made me worry, but luckily there were a lot of long runs in this race. It was 150 laps, but we had 103 lap free flag runs. So definitely a long run race, so that worked to our benefit.
Well, tell me what it's like to drive for Kyle Busch, drive his late model. I mean, he's one of those guys that's he's putting younger guys in these late models and letting them go places to race, and he supports them and gives them a good shot. What's it like to drive for him?
It's really cool. I mean, he's very helpful. I've talked to him before about race strategy, about how to qualify, all sorts of different things. And he's obviously a wealth of knowledge. He's very willing to share that with his development drivers. So that's been really great. But also, of course, they've got a really successful truck team as well. So I'm hoping that if I'm able to continue with some success in their late model program, that in a couple of years they'll graduate into their truck program, which would be, of course, the end goal.
So it's you and Chris Bell who are the ones driving the late models, is that right? Cass.
Hello?
It's you and Chris Bell drive. Yeah, you there?
I am, but I'm struggling to hear you.
Did you think we can do with that?
Uh-uh.
All right, well, hey, we're going to keep talking. Hopefully we'll be able to work this out.
All right, I heard you there.
All right,
we're good.
Cool, all right. Now, it's you and Chris Bell the only ones driving the late models for Kyle, right?
Yes.
So he's at Berlin this weekend, and you're going to get prepared for Langley this weekend. Tell us a little bit about all your preparation for Langley and driving for Ben Kennedy this weekend.
Right, so Christopher's taking this one at Berlin, and then I'm going to be running this weekend in Canaan at Langley. And I'm pretty excited for that, too, because Langley last year was my very first ever top 5 in the Canaan series. So I'm looking forward to getting back there. Ben Kennedy Racing last year there had Ken Thrust side. They were extremely fast. I think they wound up third. But they were right in the contention to win all night long. So really excited to go there in this car.
Are you coming up Friday for the test? Are you going to be here Friday to test?
I will be. Actually, funny story. There was a little miscommunication, and we booked our flight after the test because we didn't realize that it was on Friday. So we just had to change all our flights. We were going to make it to that test, but we didn't know about it until yesterday.
Wow.
So, what is the goal for the rest of the year? Are you talking to any the truck teams? I mean, like Kyle Busch in the truck. I mean, obviously you already have a kind of an in there, and I think you're done well in the late model for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Has there been any talk about maybe the truck series?
Not for this year. At least not as of right now. We're not seeing that as a possibility for this year. Right now, we're just going to stick with the full-time Canaan East Series and super late model races for Kyle Busch. Maybe next year, the year after, I'd get an opportunity to step up into a truck. But right now, we're just taking things slow and trying to get success where we are right now, and then maybe once we've had enough success, we'll move up. I mean, I have won a race. But I would definitely need a few more wins, I think, before I'd be ready to move to the next level, as well as I'd like to get some wins in the K&N series before going up the truck. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time, but we're going to keep focusing on it weekend by weekend and then see where that gets us in about a year from now.
Now, how did it come about with Kyle Busch Motorsports? Did he call you himself or how did the Kyle Busch ride come about?
Well, they had an opening seat in the late model, and the team manager actually called my dad and said that they'd seen me in a late model before, and they had some recommendations, and they thought that I'd be a good fit for their program. So, of course, a call like that, you can't turn that down. So we were ecstatic to be able to become a part of it.
How much time do you spend at the shop over at Kyle Busch Motorsports? And at Ben Kennedy Racing too. I mean, how much time do you spend with them over there?
Well, during the off season, with the 24 hours of Daytona ready for speed weeks for the Daytona 500. I was down in Florida quite a bit. So during the off season, I spent a lot of time in Xfinity racing. But since then, I haven't had as much time between finishing up school and now that the summer started, we're busy racing every single weekend. So I should be getting back to Xfinity racing in a few weeks, but I haven't been back there yet since New Smyrna. But I do have an apartment in Warsaw, actually, at Burkdale Village. So I'm at the Kyle Busch Motorsports shop almost every single day in the summer. Now this week I am home in Massachusetts, but whenever I am back in North Carolina, I'm going to the shop every single day trying to learn about these cars because I'm still a little bit new to the mechanics of them. I'm trying to figure out how they work on the inside. I figured out how to drive them, but now I need to know why I'm able to drive them. So that's what I'm working on.
At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt about that. But now you have your driver's license, so we didn't get you out of driver's ed tonight.
Oh, I've got some bad news on that, actually.
Uh-oh.
I'm supposed to get my driver's license in about 2 weeks, but we found out that the place where we're getting the test done only gives the test on Saturdays. And it's going to be about September or October before I have a free Saturday. So I'm probably not going to have my license until I'm back in school, honestly.
That's not good.
Yeah, right.
You need to go tell them, look, I drive a race car for a living.
Right.
Yeah, you need to go and give me my driver's license.
Luckily, I am all done with the classes lessons and all that, but I'm still just waiting to take the test.
All right, now you live. You heard you say you live at Burkdale. Now I'm gonna come down there in a few weeks, and we're gonna go over to Red Rocks and eat.
All right, I'm in. If I'm around, hopefully I will be. We've got a busy couple of weeks coming up back.
Well, I mean, it may be a little longer than that, but I mean, when I get down, I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna go over to Red Rocks and eat.
All right, sounds good to me.
Have you been to Red Rocks?
Oh, of course. Another time. Actually, after this win last weekend, we took the whole Kyle Busch Motorsports team out for a little celebratory dinner at Red Rock.
Did Kelly go with you?
Who's that?
Did Kelly can't go with you?
She didn't actually.
Okay.
She was not there that night.
I don't know if she's listening, so we can talk about her now. You saw that message she sent me today, right?
What's that?
You saw the message she sent me today about being nice to you, right?
I did.
I'm lost for a minute.
All right, so you're getting ready to come to Langley this weekend. What are your expectations for Langley, and how and what do you think is going to happen up there? I thought he was waving at me.
Well, I don't really go in with any expectations per se. I'm not expecting to do anything or play, but I'm definitely going in optimistically and hoping to win. And I feel like we've been fast every weekend, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to contend for the win there. So that's what I'm hoping to do. But I guess we'll just see what this weekend holds. Anything can happen. But they were fast here last year. I was good here last year, so I think we'll be very strong.
Yeah, because Scott and I were one of the first ones to you last year when you finished last year, and we were kind of excited about that, and we're hoping to have that again this year.
Exactly, of course, I'm in.
All right, dude. Well, we're gonna let you get back to whatever you're doing. Maybe you can go talk to somebody and give you your driver's license.
I'll try to talk someone into giving me one here.
Anyway, we'll see you this weekend. We're gonna be out there, so we'll talk to you this weekend.
Awesome. See you then.
All right, man. Talk to you later. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
All right, see you, Kaz.
I'm picturing this driver's test. It's like the Jeff Gordon Pepsi commercial.
It was funny, we had him on a while back, and he was like, I had to get out of his driver's class to come out and do the phone interview.
Oh,
He was like 15. He's like, do you tell him like you could put that class on? So somebody's got a question for Jack. What's the question?
Who is it? That's who I want to know who it is. Gary Osborne.
Oh.
You know him?
Yeah.
That's your buddy, isn't it? Oh, this is great. All right, let's go back to you.
Okay.
Now, you didn't hear what Kaz Grala said and everything about the Kyle Busch Motorsports, everything.
Yeah. Such an opportunity.
He's a cool kid. But have you ever thought about going down to the Charlotte area and putting your name out down there and roaming around? Let's say in a year or two, when you get some experience.
I would love that. Once I feel like really comfortable in a race car, I would love that. I would love to have any opportunity and put myself out there, just to be able to open more doors and be able to do more things with my racing career. So it's all about who you know.
It is a lot about who you know. I mean, you definitely have to network, and you definitely
got that right.
have to PR. Is so much more. It's just as important as knowing how to drive. I think today.
Yeah.
Have you done any PR training at all since? Yeah, I'm still broadcasting all along. All right, go ahead. Your turn. Ask Miss Angelamarie a question. What was it like being a teammate with him?
Oh, a teammate? Well, we didn't see much of each other, but it's good moral support. Good moral support.
Did you learn anything from it?
I learned what not to do and a go-kart. I learned what it looked like to lap people, you know.
We tried to put high five when she went by.
Yeah, we did a little doo-doo, you know.
As you were lapping them?
Yeah, like, hey. But, yeah, Scott's a good guy.
I'm a good guy.
Scott's a good guy.
She knew you were no competition.
What was that saying? Good guys finish last, right?
I don't know about that.
Well, you know, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You do.
He was past his prime.
Yeah.
I saw y'all race a couple times last year,
Yeah.
and you know, I saw you race. I saw him riding.
Okay. Yeah.
I saw Cody racing.
Yeah.
But it's the funniest thing though. It's the same way with his arena car when he was running the arena cars. He was basically riding, and he didn't even know the direction to ride in sometimes.
I told you, if you can't catch the guy as fast as you go backwards. You'll meet him then.
Yeah.
So you ran the arena cars too, right?
Yeah, I did. I got a chance to drive in them. They're pretty fun. Very different. Very different. But it was fun. It was a great experience. Having a lot of fans there. There's a lot of people there. It's different because it's more of a show. It's like more of really about the show, and so it's different. It was a good experience though. It taught me a lot, and I met a lot of people, so it was good.
Are you going to do it again this year?
I plan on going a few times. I don't know if I'm going to have a car for the whole season or anything, but I definitely plan on being able to run a few races. So I like to drive as much as possible.
Call from 5, 3, 0, 3, 1, 8, 4, 2, 8.
Good evening. How you doing? Is this Liz Snyder?
Yes, it is.
How you doing, Liz? This is Jack and Scott here, and Joe Staples and Angelamarie Steele. I don't know what them guys over there, but glad to have you on tonight. I read the story about you the other day that they put out about you and your history in racing and stuff. Give us a little background of how you got started and everything to get to where you are today.
I started out as an intern with Jennifer Jo Cobb on her truck team, and after a couple months of watching me work and seeing how expensive a worker I was, she hired me on full time. And I was just mostly mechanic. I did interiors, I did decals, and I just kind of learned as I went. And after a couple months of that, she wanted me to start going over the wall just to make it easier on the team. So she trained me for that, and after I went over the wall, I fell in love with that. And with how small of a team that was, I learned how to pretty much do everything on the cars, truck. I learned how to clean them and fabricate, weld, everything, just because of the size of the team we were. And once she had budget cuts, I ended up going to work with Derek Cope. And with Derek Cope, he's partnered with Jay Robinson. He owns the 62 Cup car. So through that, I just kind of got more connections. And while I was working with Derek Cope is when I went to Excalibur Pit School. And that's where I built more of my pit side of it. And Jay really liked that. because it's hard to find girls that can change tires and work on them. So Jay used me mostly for both of them. And the more I worked with Jay, the more he trained me for what he needed. And that's how I met Tommy and how I've got to the team I'm on now.
Yeah, I was noticing the other day, you haven't been but at Tommy Baldwin's for like a couple weeks. But I have paid attention to you in the garage area the times that I've been in the garage. You are probably into more things than the average person are. I saw you working with tires. I've seen you working on the car. I've seen you doing a little bit of everything compared to some of the bigger teams that have one guy doing one specific thing. That has to benefit you.
It does. That's how Tommy actually hired me on, is he saw me doing tires for Jay, but he also saw that I could do everything else on the car. And when he brought me over, he said, once you finish your tires, go ahead and go work in the suspension room, because I know you can do that. And it makes teams see that I can do everything, so it makes teams come talk to me and say, hey, if you can do this, can you come do this? So it's going to open up doors just knowing that I can learn to do everything on the cars.
So what is your end goal? Do you want to be a crew chief at some point, or an engineer?
I don't know if I want to be an engineer. I love working on my cars, so maybe like a car chief. I don't know if I really want crew chief, because that's just, it's hard to get that many people to listen to me, just because I am such a minority in the sport. But definitely like car chief would be a good thing. Mechanic on the top team, a winning team. I'm not really too picky or sure on what exactly I want to do. I just kind of go with what opportunities I'm given, because there's so many different opportunities I can get. I don't want to limit myself to just one thing.
You made the comment that you're a minority in the garage. I can only think of like two people, two or three. I know Andrea Mueller, I think she's in the Xfinity series, but I think you and Ashley Parlett are the only two in the Cup series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right now it's just me and Ashley in the Cup side. There's a couple engineers in the Xfinity side, and there's a couple tire changes that are females that are floating kind of between all of them, but mechanic-wise, really me and Ashley are the only ones on the Cup side.
Do you ever talk with Ashley and see what she's experiencing and what you're having to deal with as part of being a female in the garage area?
Me and her have never actually really talked. We've always just kind of been on opposite ends of the garage. Like, we were in the truck garage about the same time that she was with Turner and I was with Jennifer, and it's just two different sides. I've talked to a lot of people kind of around her and other women that have been in the sport and kind of get feedback from them.
So do you have a hard time with people taking you serious being a female in a man-dominated sport?
Usually the first week or so that they meet me and get to know me, they don't really take me serious. And then once they see me working, then they start taking me more serious. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those, they kind of hesitant until they see what I can actually do.
So what got you into racing to begin with? Did you ever drive, or you just always worked on cars?
I've always worked on cars with my dad, and I've always watched it with him. I'm the youngest of three girls, and I was always closest to my dad, so me and him kind of spent a lot of time together growing up, and he would always take me off to the side and make sure that I wasn't being left out, so I just kind of followed along with my dad on it. And as I got older, I got more interested in the engines and the engineering behind it, and just the mechanics of racing. So it just kind of led from there.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from Lake Tahoe, California. It's out by Carson City area.
So have you moved to the Charlotte area full time?
Yeah, I moved to Charlotte area about 3 months after I turned 18.
Now, it was interesting. You're married, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And yet, is your husband involved in the sport?
No, he actually works at a body shop. He doesn't really do a whole lot of racing. He sees what I go through and the hours I work, and he's like, you can do that, I'll fix my body shop.
Wow.
So you don't look very big. I can't imagine you picking up. How much does a tire and rim weigh? Is it like 66 pounds?
If it's not on line units, they're around 75 pounds. On-line units are about 50.
I mean, I think I'd have a hard time running around the car with a 50-pound or 76-pound tire and index it on the car.
Gotta work out.
Right.
So are you exclusively working with Tommy Baldwin now? I know you were doing all 3 series at one point. Are you just exclusively with Tommy?
Yeah. I don't pit for Tommy. During the cup race, I focus strictly on the tires and then pit support. But I still pit the Xfinity in the truck. I pit Derek Cope in the Xfinity and then Timmy Hill in the truck. And those are both co-owned by Jay Robinson. So it's kind of I still help Jay even though I'm with Tommy because Tommy and Jay work so closely together.
So you know Elaine that works over at Jay Robinson?
Me and Elaine are very good friends.
Yeah. She and I met a few years ago at Bristol. Matter of fact, she fed us a couple times up there from Jay Robinson's truck. But I mean, Jay Robinson and that group, they're a really good group of people.
Yeah, Jay still jacks the car every weekend. It's amazing that he still jumps over the wall. He still pits the cup car as well.
And he's having a little struggle with the cup car right now, and I don't know how much longer that may be a thing that that's gonna somewhere down the road may run out.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what their plan is. I know that they've been working on a lot of different things to improve engine-wise, setup-wise, suspension-wise, car-wise. They've been working on a lot of different things to get the right combination. With them switching, they're just kind of trying to figure everything out because they were Toyota last year and now they're Chevy this year.
You got something, Joe?
Well, I got Angelamarie Steele here. She's a driver at the local racetrack here, and it's good to see the females getting involved in it. I've had a many a discussion with Nicole Addison. I don't know if you remember her. She was one of the first pit crew members, and
yeah, I've heard a lot about her. Brendan's really good friends with her, so he told me stories for days about her when I was over there with Jay.
Yeah, I really, I take an interest in the fact that, the women are getting involved in it and are right there doing the pit stops and everything that everybody else is doing. I think it's really good.
I think that we're trying to make it easier for women to be in the sport and for younger girls to see, it is possible. That's why I like being involved with media, because I want to make sure that girls know that it's not impossible to do. When I was growing up, there weren't very many that were even talked about, and so it was kind of one that I was worried about if I'd even be accepted. So it's kind of trying to transition to more girls being okay with coming into the sport and not worrying about if they're going to be accepted.
Now, you said you got your start at Jennifer Jo Cobb. Was that like a volunteer thing for a while until you could get a paying job per se?
Yeah, with her it was more of like a volunteer internship where I could just learn how to work on them, see how the team operated, just kind of get my feet wet in racing. And just the more I was working with her, the more she thought that I was a good worker, and she liked how I performed, so she wanted me to be there full time. And she was able to start paying me when she saw that I had the experience. So it was a very good open door for me to get started in racing.
So what was it like for the first time going over the wall, being a woman going over the wall to pit stops? Because it's just not something you see very much today.
It was definitely different. It was hard to find pit shoes that fit me. Simpsons are the only company that makes all the pit shoes right now, and it was fire suits are a challenge because they're made for guys, so they're real baggy and loose. It was more of just adjusting to find everything that fits me and my size. I didn't really think too much about me being the only girl. It was more, all right, how do I make this work?
So what was your first job going over the wall?
It was with Jennifer, and then once I left Jennifer's, I worked with Brian Silas. They flew me up to Canada and had me pit their truck up there. And then I've done stuff with Derek Cope, and then all of Jay Robinson's Cup stuff last year. I did probably 56 races last year with Jay Robinson between the Cup car, the Xfinity car, and then the occasional truck.
Yeah, but are you just carrying tires, doing the right rear tire, or?
I changed the rear tires. I'm not with the gun.
Okay. You're pretty fast today. Yeah. To me, that's the best job going over the wall would be with the impact changing the tires.
So
It's definitely fun.
yeah, I was gonna say I raced and I always thought about like how it would be to be on a real pit crew and everything, and I'm sure it's exciting to get over the wall and like actually be in the fast like life but not be racing.
Show the boys up.
Yeah, like I can change a tire. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty cool.
So what advice would you give a young lady that and not that you're not that old yourself, but for somebody that wants to be in your shoes or a young lady that wants to get into the sport as you are, what advice could you give those people?
The best advice I could give them is just to keep your head down, work hard, and ignore all the negativity you hear, because guys are going to be negative. Guys are worse than like gossiping teenage girls when it comes to sports, because they just spend so much time together. All they do is gossip. And just work, keep your head down and focus on what your goals are, and just do what makes you happy. You can't please everyone. You just have to be able to keep yourself happy and do what you love.
That's right. Don't pay boys attention.
I know.
Yeah, wait a few years before you do that. Well, Liz, we appreciate your time tonight. We appreciate you calling in and talking with us. And hopefully I'll see you up at Richmond or somewhere in the coming weeks, and we'll talk again.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz. We'll talk to you later.
Alright.
Did you read her story
Uh-uh.
on the thing? She's probably 23, 24.
Yeah.
And she's been around for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, she said 3 months after she turned 18, she was
Yeah.
in Charlotte.
Yeah,
So that's pretty
Charlotte.
cool.
Yeah.
She was ready. She was ready. That's awesome.
What'd she say her husband did?
I couldn't
She
quite
works in a
make
body,
body shop.
works in a body shop.
Yeah, he's like, it's not about the racing life.
He's like,
That has to be complete opposite of what's normal, because
yeah.
I know of families that have a hard time with the male going out and doing the racing thing. I'm really close to one of those, and then to see the females going out and doing this, and the
There's a lot of female PR and that side in the sport. I mean, there's a lot of women as far as that,
But
but
not the mechanical side
crew
of it.
members themselves. Yeah.
yeah, but they're not in the garage.
Turning the
You know,
wrenches.
turning the wrenches, being there with the guys in the garage. You know, that's just not. It's not one of those things. You know, it goes on. It's got to be hard to. I mean, it's got to be hard to work it out to where she's gone and the hours she has to work compared to him.
Well, I mean, she figures she's working in the shop all week, and then she's gone all weekend.
I'm sure she loves it then.
Well, you have to love it if you're
Yeah.
going to do it. You got to
That's
love
what I'm
it.
saying.
So when you stop loving it, that's when it's time to give it up.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, that's no reason to do it anymore.
So you're having fun still,
Yes.
even with Mark Roberts as your spotter.
Yes, I love it. Just like she said, it is hard to get guys to listen to you sometimes because they don't think you know what you're talking about. But a lot of the time I do know what I'm talking about. They know a lot more than me, but I still have some common sense about cars and stuff, so I've been around it enough.
Now I'm looking at 2 guys sitting over there right now that you saying that they don't listen to you sometimes, and you're the driver.
Well, I have to make them listen to me. I have to be aggressive.
You have to be aggressive.
Or else.
Or they just like do their own thing and they're just like, oh yeah, she was right.
They'll never say that out loud.
This is getting good now.
I was gonna say, was it aggressive like she was the other week?
No. That was too aggressive. Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one alone. I think they don't want to go rehash that part.
I can't blame her. I wouldn't want to either. But it's fun. As long as you just don't worry about it.
I ain't worried.
All you can do is what you can do, and you can control yourself.
I'm worried about my race car and making that fast. That's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anybody else or anything else. So that's my focus. Just like she said, that's my focus. So.
When is the car gonna be back together or fixed?
Oh, it's gonna be ready by the next race.
When's the next race?
The 20s. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna make sure. if they don't do it, I'll do something about it. They're gonna do it.
It might,
now,
it might be ready, huh?
Here comes the big question. How much time do you actually go out there and spend with them working on the car?
Not as much as I should. I usually go out there at least once or twice a week, at least. Drive about an hour out there to come work. It's hard. I just finished school though, so I'm gonna have more time to go out there now, and so I'll just have to work around my work schedule. So hopefully I'll be out there at least 3 or 4 days a week now.
I would say Angela's not scared of getting dirty.
Oh no.
She'll get in there and work.
Yeah, I like to work on cars. I get the black hands and everything, so yeah, I definitely love it.
All right. Well, I was thinking we were going to kick up some more dirt between her and Mark.
It's love.
Mark's hard to get going unless you run into him on the racetrack or something.
And Joe Staples and Angelamarie Steele here tonight. Jefferson, I know you got a lot of ties to this area. I know you were originally from here. Give us a little background for those who don't know how you got started in racing and to the point where you are now.
Well, my uncle, Dale Lemons, used to race out at Langley when I was growing up. And when I was too young to sneak in a bit, my parents used to take me out there, my dad, and we would watch. And finally I got old enough where I could at least get in the infield, see what was going on, and feel like I was doing something. And, I told my parents when I was young that's what I wanted to do for a living. And they were like, go get an education. And I stuck with it, and they stuck with their part of it too. They forced me to go to college, and which now I'm grateful for because the sport's really changed a bunch since I was younger. Went away to school and was up in Richmond, Virginia, and met Rick Townsend. And to be honestly, those people that know Rick and the people that work for him, that were lucky enough to work for him, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be anything. And he really took me under his wing and taught me everything he knew. And I worked for him for almost 11 years. And like I said, if it wasn't for Rick, I was just a kid with a dream until I met him. And I took my education that my parents made me get, and the education that Rick gave me there up at Townsend Racing Products, and moved to Charlotte. Mark McFarland and I won the national championship at Late Model Stockville in 2003, and then in 2004, him and I decided it would be a good idea to move down here to Charlotte and take over the world, and that's where we're at.
How much time did you spend in the Pro Cup? I know weren't you involved with the Hooters Pro Cup too for a while?
Yeah, when I moved to Charlotte, I came down here to work for Dale Jr., and he had a late model stock team that they were running there locally at Motor Mile in South Boston Speedway. And not long after I moved down here, they put Mark McFarland in the car, and we had a pretty good amount of success really fast. We won a big race up at Old Dominion, won the big race at Motor Mile, won the All-American 400 out of Nashville. Just kind of went on a tear, really. It was something that, looking back on it, we should have enjoyed more than we did, but it was something that you just dream about your whole life, and we were living it and didn't realize it. So it wasn't long after that season ended in 2004 that we decided we were going to go Hooters Pro Cup racing, and it's so hard to explain to people when I tell somebody that we didn't have a crew. We literally got in the truck and rode to Lakeland, Florida, because we heard there was a Hooters Pro Cup race, like the second week in November in the end of 2004. Had never seen the cars, had never been to Lakeland. We didn't have a clue. Mark and I just jumped in the truck. We went down there and we were going to watch this race. And, we got there and we were just in awe. You had Shane Huffman, Clay Rogers, Bobby Gill, Freddie Query. You had the best short track racers in the world. And we were like, man, this is us. So, came back to Charlotte, built a couple cars over the winter. I spent 2 years doing that. The first year McFarland drove, and then they moved him over to the Nationwide side, and Shane Huffman drove for us the second year. And I'm not exactly sure, but we won 8 or 9 races in 2 years, finished second point place, sat on the pole bunch. We had a lot of success. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember when you came down to Lakeland. I was down there in Lakeland too, and one of the people you forgot to mention of one of those great short track races was Travis Miller.
Oh yeah, you can't ever see Miller, kid.
Remember Did you say
he
great and Travis Miller in the
He
same
wasn't around yet. Travis Miller was still bugging people down there in the basement of the North Scope with Ricky Dodds.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. But my son worked for Travis and Matt when they went down for the first time. They went down to Lakeland to race, and I think that was the year Shane Huffman was driving for y'all. And I'm gonna tell you something. He didn't last very long, but he could do it.
Yeah, I said, and that shows how strong that series was once upon a time. Because I like to give him a hard time, but Travis, he's a heck of a little race car driver. But when you're daggone 16 years old and you're trying to go toe to toe with Jay Fogelman and Mark McFarland and Bobby Gill, it's probably not gonna work out real good for you.
Yeah, he had some real tough struggles there. Now, how did you end up at Rev Racing involved with the diversity program and stuff over there? How did you end up over there?
Well, the long story short is when Dale Jr. and Mark decided that it was time for him to part ways, it became very apparent that it was time for Dale Jr. and I to part ways. Mark and I were the best of friends and had moved down here together, and we had a dream, and so far so good up until that point. Everything was going right like it was supposed to, and it was just too difficult for me to go into some place at a race shop every day and watch somebody else drive a car that I knew was supposed to be Mark's. So I left, and I went to work at this little race shop. It was MB2 at the time, and I met a guy named Doug Randolph, and he was crew chief in a cup car there for Stowe and Mullins, and they were going to start this nationwide team. And they had this investor, and his name was Bobby Ginn, and this guy was going to save the world.
Yeah.
And so I went to work there, and it went from MB2 to Ginn. Next thing you know, DEI came in and bought it out because Bobby Ginn didn't have the money that he thought he had. And for whatever reason, I watched them lay off 260-some employees, and for whatever reason, they decided to keep me. And I ended up being Sterling Marlin's car chief over there at DEI again, and when that team turned into Paul Menard's team. So that's where I met Max Steele. Max was spearheading that deal at DEI at the time, and I met Max, and I wasn't raised to have any kind of I wasn't raised by a racist family or anybody that if you could do a job and you were a hard-working individual, my dad taught me that that was good enough. And so there was a lot of people that didn't give Max a chance because of the color of his skin. And I didn't care. If he was gonna make DEI a safe and secure place for me to work where I wasn't gonna have to change jobs at the end of every season, then I was gonna give him a fair shot. So just out of pure dumb coincidence, him and I kinda hit it off, and we started talking, and he wanted to know where I had come from, like as I wanted to know where he had come from. And he remembered these conversations, and he knew that my background was really strong in short track racing. So I rode that wave. I ended up being at DEI for a couple years. I made it to the Cup when they merged with Ganassi. Ended up doing that deal there on the 8 car that Mark Martin and Eric Almirola shared. And anyway, the thing, it eventually ran out of steam, and they couldn't find a sponsor for the 8 car, and they had to shut it down. And when they did, Max came to me, and he said, look, I got this idea, and NASCAR's got this program, and he wasn't telling me anything. We had a diversity team house car at Townsend that a guy named Morty Buckles drove up there,
Yeah, I remember him.
So I was very familiar with the program and understood what it was. His goal was to try to get it under one roof and make it one race team that was developing young talent. And instead of moving, before they had 9 teams all over the country, and there was no way to compare them from one year to the next. So what happened? There was just a ton of turnover, and all it was a bunch of people sitting in an office patting themselves on the back saying, hey, we got a diversity program. And that wasn't good enough for Max. So he came to me and asked me if it was something that I could honestly tell somebody that I believed in, and I wasn't just going to be cashing a paycheck to do this deal. And like I said, I had been down that road before. Morty Buckles and I was Morty's crew chief when we won a race up in Jacksonville, North Carolina, at a little track that never did quite get a lot of footing under it in NASCAR sanction, but it was the first win for NASCAR's diversity program ever. So Max has got hundreds of millions of dollars now invested in diversity in NASCAR, and I still have the first win, and you can't take it from me. But he, we started this deal, and I say we, it wasn't just me and him. We've got 25 employees, and they range from, we've got ex-nationwide drivers like Mark Green that work for me. I've got Daytona 500 winning crew chiefs that work for me. Just some great office personnel. So when I say it's just, when I say we, I mean everybody. But it's been a huge work in progress, and I've been here for 5 years, and with Max is one of these type people that he totally believes in whatever is going on. If he's all in, if I manage his race team, and we have a girl in Indy that manages the marketing PR side, and he absolutely lets us do our job without micromanaging us. So it's just been, it's been a work in progress with a great little team, and we've made some big strides as far as all that stuff's concerned, and we get us a girl to come down there to Langley and win that K&N race, and we've accomplished about everything I set out to accomplish.
So how many drivers are you guys responsible for every year?
Well, it just, a little bit of it depends on the talent that's out there at the time, and a lot of it depends on development of the drivers that we have. Because this isn't a handout; it's an academy-style program. There's strength and conditioning, there's marketing and PR. Driving a race car is the most notarized part, but it's really just a small piece of the puzzle. And so we've got a kid this year. It's his rookie season in the K&N Pro Series. His name's Devin Amos. Devin came to us almost 4 years ago and raced like a micro sprint type winged go-kart in New Mexico. And he had a dream that he wanted to race, and he was young, and that was as far as his dream was going to take him. And we got him. We ran him for a couple years in the summer shootout in our Legend Star program. We moved him up. We developed him. We helped him find work and get his feet on the ground here in North Carolina. And he ran our late model stock for us last year. Actually came and raced a little bit out there in Langley with us. And he's done so good in the development. He keeps growing as a person and as a race car driver. And now he's a K&N driver. Like, he's a professional race car driver for a living. And it's a cool deal. So what happens when someone says, how many people do you have? It just, a lot of that depends. There's, unfortunately, for as many success stories like Devin, there's some that aren't. So then that causes turnover. But right now this year, we have four kids that run the K&N Pro Series. We've got 2 full-time late model stock car drivers. We have 2 Legends car drivers that are in their 3rd race tonight at the summer shootout here in Charlotte, and 2 Bandolero drivers. One of those also being from the Newport News, Hampton Roads area. So it's a cool little deal, and I guess the short answer would be there's 10 kids, but a lot of times they'll change. They're still part of the team. They just change the division that they ran in.
Now you always do you guys train like crew members too for diversity, or is it just strictly drivers?
We do. No, we train both. We train both. What the average person would think a pit crew, an over-the-wall guy, tire changer, jackman. They have a whole program. It's run by a guy named Coach Phil Horton. He's a great guy. He was one of the original pit crew trainers in NASCAR with Chip Ganassi, and his door is open to anyone. It's not it's not just it's 99% diversity program, but it is open to anybody. And he trains these guys, and to be honest with you, he finds talent at colleges. He goes to these colleges. We just got back from St. Louis this weekend and did a pit crew combine out there. And what he does is he pre-visits and goes to these local colleges in the St. Louis area, and he finds these athletes, these natural-born athletes, that they're just not quite good enough at football, basketball, baseball, whatever it might be, to make it to the major leagues of the sport that they desire. So he goes and he explains to them, and he tries to open doors to NASCAR. And if it's a complete failure as far as that person being good enough to make a pit crew member, it's still open someone's eyes to a sport that they don't even know exists. So, worst case scenario, it's still a success story as far as, opening up a door to, a sport that we love. But we found some pretty good ones. So then the program, along with NASCAR's help and a couple other people, will find a way to try to help these young individuals get from wherever their home is to Charlotte, and Coach will train them, and he'll have them jump in the wall in a matter of months, to be honest with you. And then as far as our shop's concerned, we have a whole other separate program where we try to employ a minimum of 2. We've had as many as 4, and we literally pull them like right out of the local schools, whether it be the VOTEC program or, it could be as simple as randomly seeing one in a late model race, at Hickory, and asking them, hey, do you ever thought about doing this for a living? Come with us. And we pay them just like any other employee, and I take care of them. And, the guys, my main guys that are in the shop, they understand that, if someone didn't take the time, everyone needs a Rick Townsend. And if you are that somebody, then eventually this will come to a stop. And they're all on board, and they're good with the kids, and some of them make it, and some of them don't. We hold them to pretty high standards, and we've actually we're whatever the summer break is, 6 weeks away from trying to get a whole new batch of them in, as we got some summer help now, and then they'll go back to school, and then we'll kind of up the age limit, some that are already out of high school, and start over.
How much involvement do you have in the combine they have for the drivers here at Langley? How much do you come up here and get involved in that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I very rarely miss a chance to revisit Langley Speedway. But the reason that it's at Langley is because of how difficult that is. Langley is. We did it the first year at Motor Mile, and there was no delta between the worst driver and the best driver that was there. It was just a bunch of kids running around in a circle, and at the end of the day, you couldn't pick the best from the worst. We backed into doing a pretty good job. That's where we found Darryl Wallace. But we found Kyle Larson at Langley. So it's a tough little place to get around. So I was adamant that look, we got to move this thing. Like, we need to go to Langley. It'll turn these boys into men quick, and we'll really be able to see what we got. But yeah, I'm a big part of it. I'd honestly like to think that if it wasn't for me, that it wouldn't be there, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There's nowhere in this world I would rather spend a week in October than right there at Langley. But as far as picking the drivers, we have a lot of say in who makes it to Langley. NASCAR really leans on us to be able to identify the talent, identify the kids that aren't going to get themselves hurt, that their experience is in line with tackling, a place like Langley. Once the 20 kids, which the 20 was narrowed down from 91 that applied, once the 20 get to Langley, our opinion becomes a vote. I have a vote. Max has a vote. Mark Green, who is a crew chief for me and a highly respected retired race car driver in NASCAR, has a vote. So, Mark, myself, and Max, we try to get on the same page and all vote together, so our vote is stronger. But there's about 20 votes in the whole thing, and like I said, we try to make sure that the three of us are on the same page, so our one little vote becomes a little bit stronger. But at the end of the day, once it gets to that level, I have one of 20 votes.
What advice, we got a young lady here, Angelamarie Steele, that races Pro 6 at Langley. What advice would you give her to try to get into the combine?
I mean, the biggest thing is, it's a difficult question, because there's no one single good answer. Racing at Langley is a huge plus, not because it's Langley Speedway, because the NASCAR sanctioned asphalt oval, which is what I love dirt racing as much as anybody, but this program is based on taking you to the highest levels of NASCAR, and with the exception of Eldora, there is no dirt racing at the highest levels of NASCAR. So that's a huge plus. Being that it's Langley is a little side bonus because I'm partial to anyone that's ever walked through the gates there. I don't care who they are. The second biggest thing is your results. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone wants to race every Saturday night. A real racer is just dying to get to Saturday morning so they can load the trailer. I still remember Saturday mornings. My Saturday mornings, my whole life consisted of going to Thompson, Yorktown, with a guy named Keith Wilson, going over to my Uncle Dale's shop and loading up, depending on what year it was. It was a sportsman car, it was a Grand Stock, it was a Legend car, but I still remember, you left Pops, you went to Dale's, you loaded up the race car, you drove down 17 and stopped at 7-Eleven so he could get a big gulp Pepsi, and you went to Langley Speedway, and I lived for it. And I know everybody does, but when it comes to that combine, if you have the opportunity to race 20 times a year and you can't do it right, the results are so important. The results and how many cars you're racing against are so important. So, sometimes you got to take a step back and take a step forward. And if it means missing a race to get your car just right, or to be able to afford to go practice one more time, to where you can go out there and run third instead of running 10th, then that's huge. Because at the end of the day, no one in that room when they're picking drivers is going to look and say, well, the other Pro 6 racers ran 15 times a year and she only ran 10. If it says, 10 starts, 10 top 10s, 8 top 5s, that's impressive. But sometimes people get in a rut where they're just trying to get to the racetrack and they know the car's not right, or they know they're not right, or they know something's missing, and they don't do anything to change it. They just keep, doing the same thing over and over and over again, and that's not good. Because results are very, very important. Most of the people that have come through our program, are winners, are some kind of, series champion, and they could have been racing a full-blown stock car for 10 years, but if once upon a time they were a Legends national champion, that says a lot about somebody, because they've got the ability to put it together for a solid year. But, I would say the biggest thing there, you've already got the most bonus points you can get for racing an asphalt NASCAR sanctioned track and in Langley Speedway. The biggest thing there is, is working on improving the results. And I don't know, the person you're speaking of, I don't know if she wins every week or runs 25th. I honestly don't. I'm just saying that's what's important, is to be able to say, it's not how much you race, it's the quality of racing you're doing. We've had kids that have come through this thing in a pod and, won 15 races a year. And you look at it, and they're racing starting fields of 3 and 4 cars. And they don't make it. And they might have had a good enough car that, let's be honest, there was a time just here recently where there was 11, 12 cars at Langley Speedway. Greg Edwards is winning. Now, all of a sudden, there's 18, 19, 20 cars. Guess what? He's still winning. So a lot of times that person might win no matter how big the field is, but at the end of the day, there's only 4 cars being a whole lot, and they don't make it. The quality of racing is huge. And that's a tough little division, so that's good quality.
All right, Jefferson, we appreciate your time tonight. We're going to get back with you again and get you back on here, and we'll talk some more. We'll see you this weekend over at Langley.
Absolutely, anytime. I appreciate being a part of the show, and I appreciate what y'all are doing, trying to get the good word out there.
All right, man, we appreciate you taking time for us. Talk to you later.
All right, bud.
Was that CJ calling?
That was CJ calling. Now you've learned what you got to do.
I love it. Sounds good. I'm glad I got to listen.
He's been around. Do you remember him from Langley when he was there? Okay, that was all I need to know.
That might be all you're gonna get.
It didn't look good at half the story there, did it?
I don't remember him that.
CJ Faison, how you doing, man?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm sorry we missed your call a minute ago. We ran a little long with our last guest, but
No big deal.
so give us a recap on Michigan, man. Kind of rough weekend up there.
Yeah, we had a really rough weekend, I guess, to say the least. But we're always going to bounce back from it. Make a long story short, I was going into turn 3 on our third lap of a qualifying section, and we had water from the overflow of the radiator start spitting out, and then it got really hot going down the back stretch, and then coming into 3, it was just a whole stream of water, and got on the rear tire, and the rest is kind of history from there. Split up, spun me out into the wall, and made it to where the car was deemed unsafe by NASCAR to kind of go out there and face. But we fixed it, we rallied back, and then we started dead last in the race. And they were so short there too. We made one lap, so we had an electrical issue. So not a good weekend all the way around, but I learned a lot from racing there, and I gained some experience in those cars. So it was a win-win, and we were really good in practice too. So we'll take that.
I mean, even with the spin and the crash, you still qualified 30th, which was pretty good for being in the position you were in.
Yeah, and going into that lap, actually, the leaderboard said that I would probably have qualified around 18th with that last lap if we didn't finish at all. So that was kind of a heartbreaker hearing that, but you know what, it is what it is, and sometimes you can't control fate. So I wish we could have finished that lap. That would have been really awesome start spot for our team.
Well, you must be doing something right. It seems like you got another job this weekend.
Well, actually, this weekend I'm not going to be racing Chicago.
Oh, you're not?
I was going to be on the entry list, but then a driver with sponsorship came in and took that seat. So I race for him whenever someone with money doesn't come along, I guess you'd say.
So do you have set when your next race is, or you don't know yet?
No, it's pretty much whenever they want to call me and tell me, hey, you want to come drive, or you want to start this thing, or what do you want to do? And so I'm just kind of on a week-to-week basis with them, you know what I mean? And I'm totally fine with that. Greg Nixon and James Whitener, both of them are class act guys that I actually look up to in racing. There's not a lot of people you can look up to in racing that besides the drivers, you know what I mean? Sometimes people are a little crooked here and there. These guys are pretty much straight up with you, you know what I mean? And I trust them, and technically with my life in their hands, technically in that race car. So we all get along great, and we got a good rapport and relationship for it.
Well, was Michigan the biggest track you've run on so far?
Yeah, sure was.
So give us a little insight what it was like to go out there for the first time at that big a track at that kind of speed.
Well, to be honest with you, it was going down the straightaway, it just it felt normal. I mean, you knew you were hauling the mail and you were going really fast, but once you get to that corner, you impeccably have to trust your car and your crew and your crew chief. Because going into a corner at 200 miles an hour and hoping it sticks each and every lap, it's not the greatest feeling in the world, you know what I mean? So, once I guess you learn trust in the car like I did, it became a lot easier for me to run the car harder and, want to get more out of the car. Probably the first 45 minutes of practice was just getting used to the track, getting used to the car. I mean, I've only ran one race in these cars. I've never gone testing them and everything. So, it was a huge learning curve for me again. So, I mean, every track that I go to that I haven't been to is going to be a learning curve, but, I think going into the next track, whatever that might be, I've got a lot of experience in these cars, so to speak. I've got a couple races under my belt, so I know how they react, and hopefully it'll help us out.
Do you guys lift it there for qualifying?
I did not lift in qualifying. No, and the first lap and a half, I had to just barely burn the throttle to get the car set on the springs. And once it's set on the springs, I was right back in the throttle. And it's an eerie feeling. It really is, going 200 some miles an hour on a track that pretty tough to get around. So I don't know. It was a little bit of progress for me, for sure.
Now, how much do you lift during the race? It's not much.
During a race run, you don't really lift too much. I mean, you'll probably crack the throttle less than a quarter of a pedal length. So, I mean, you're pretty much on the gas the whole entire time. And, another thing that was a big factor in this race was tires and fuel mileage. And you saw some guys make some crazy pit stops early on that helped set them up for the race later on. So it was pretty interesting to watch, even though I was not participating in it, so to speak. I was only taking a pit box, my teammate. And, I just kind of watched how everything went down. I learned a lot from that. I learned a lot from him, listening to the feedback on the radio. And, you can always walk away from a bad weekend with some kind of good experience of learning something new. And that's what I did. So I was pretty satisfied with it, I guess you'd say.
Well, give me an explanation. And I'm not trying to point at anything in particular, but you were on your third lap in qualifying. What was the reason behind 3 laps in qualifying? When most of the other guys, was it just trying to gain more positions, or what was the reasoning behind the third lap?
Basically, we had a good opening in the track. The track was pretty clear. There was only a couple cars out there. We thought that the grill on the front end was taped off just enough, but we didn't think it was too much. And it just taped off a little too much, and we probably should have ran in that third lap. That's what I was instructed to do: go out there and run 3 laps and bring it in. So that's what I did. And I would have been pretty satisfied with 30th place, and we could have gone out there and made another run at it. But sometimes in racing you got to take a risk. And people always tell me, they're like, "Well, you don't win the race in qualifying." Well, that's half the battle of the race is qualifying. And my biggest thing is I'm going to trust my crew chief on what he says, and that's what I did. And I don't regret anything from this weekend. I can't say that I wish we didn't run that third lap, because it was going to be a good one. And sometimes you got to take a gamble,
That's right. Well, CJ, we're going to get with you again when you run your next race. We enjoy having you on here to recap it for us.
I love recapping with you guys. You guys have a lot of fun when I run on this show. So I appreciate you guys having fun with me and even having me on here. So I really appreciate that.
We love having you on, and you got 2 fans that keep up with you pretty much every time you race.
Oh, I think you guys are like one of my biggest fans. That's for sure. That's not the biggest. So, you guys are awesome.
Physically big.
No, we ain't going. See, there we go with that again. We're not going to go there again.
What, pizza?
No,
he said physically big.
He's talking about size now. We're not going there.
Golly dang.
See, that's the good part, where you don't have to be here and be around him.
That's pretty messed up, man. I think it'd be fun to do an in-studio type show with you guys. That's pretty fun. I tell you
what we'll do. We'll try to work it out to where we can come up to Dover and do it from Dover one time with you up there.
Well, hey, you guys got a place to stay at my new house that I just got, so come on down.
All right, man. We're going to do that.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later. We appreciate it, and we'll get back with you again.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, man.
All right. Bye.
You handled that question good.
Yeah. Gary wants to know, he's looking for a start and park driver for his champ car. He wants to know if you're available.
All right, that's the end of the show tonight.
Question he wanted to ask? Is it?
He's got an opening. He's got another cart, and he needs a start and parker. I told him I knew somebody.
And he has practice at it.
Yeah.
There we go with that again. That did never happen the way y'all put it out there.
Peter says he loves you.
I love you, Daddy.
Well, we're not going to go into this love affair here.
My dad.
Anyway, great show tonight.